market really pays attention to you. When your brand name becomes generic. Band-Aid, Xerox, tissue Kleenex. And then there was, and this is my favorite story, the Cabbage Patch Kids. 1982. And you know what they look like, the plastic head and the cloth baby dolls, and were designed.
Severe passenger.
And Xavier Roberts.
Severe passenger.
It really didn't take too long for Cabbage Patch Kids. It just took off. No one knows why these toys have legs. You know, tell me how Beanie Babies, you know, you can spend thousands of dollars for a rare Beanie Baby. And with, there is an incident, actually it was a period of time called the Cabbage Patch Kids Riot in 1983. Parents, grandparents, literally fist fighting one another for a shot at purchasing the dolls, Cabbage Patch dolls. And it was completely crazy. So here's a decade later. The license to make Cabbage Patch Kids have been granted to companies around the world, and it has since become obviously synonymous with Christmas, which I didn't know. I thought it was a trend that came and went. But here's one that I think all of us know, Tickle Me Elmo, right out of Sesame Street. One of the most successful toy launches ever. And it talks, it laughs, it shakes whenever kids press its buttons. It was one of the earlier, I guess, technology toys. And when Tyco, the company that created it, launched Tickle Me Elmo in summer of 1996, no one expected it to be this big a hit. But by Black Friday of 96, shoppers from coast to coast were storming retailers as soon as doors opened, practically trampled each other to death, and the supply was exhausted. See, that is the problem in guessing which toys are going to be hit. So you have retailers that are guessing early in the year what it's going to be like at the end of the year for Christmas toys. And if you guess correctly, then you can't keep those in stock. And how many do you buy? Because in the years that whatever you guessed did not work out, so you have toys sitting on a shelf, and then you have toys that you wish, boy, I wish I could have ordered just dozens, pallets more. Coming up, cool space news with Rod Kyle. Big day tomorrow in the world of space exploration, Christmas Day. This is Kfi Am 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Christmas in Southern California. Chilly mornings, just below 70 degrees. Aerosol snow on the window pane. Then stimulating talk.
KFI.
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Cold and wet Christmas. I'm Layla Muhammad live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. It looks like the rainy weather will stick around.
We're looking at a second wave coming in. This is going to be much more sporadic, but possibly even more intense locally than the first wave. We're looking for heavy downpours, possibly thunderstorms.
Cal State meteorologist Ilya Neiman says heavy downpours in some areas could lead to flash flooding this morning. There has been a mudslide in a burn scar area of the Santa Ana Mountains.
It sounds like a freight train. Many of the boulders just crash. They have trees, like full-size trees come flying through so fast. It's hard to even imagine if you haven't actually seen it.
The mudslide happened during a period of heavy rainfall in the Silverado Canyon area late last night. A teenage girl has been killed by an officer's stray bullet inside a business in North Hollywood.
LAPD Assistant Chief Dominic Choi says the girl was in a dressing room when officers shot and killed a man who had been beating a woman with a heavy cable log.
We don't believe she was related to the person who was originally assaulted. So we interviewed the officers and looked at the cameras in the body worn. We won't know.
The bullet went through the dressing room wall that was behind the man. Choi says officers were sent to the Burlington store yesterday after 911 callers reported the man had been harassing the woman. It's not clear the relationship between the two. The woman who was injured was taken to a hospital. Chief Gregory, KFI News.
Yes,
The president of the Union for the Azusa Police Department says the officer who arrested the LA County DA's chief of staff did everything by the book. CJ Wilkins says Joseph Iniguez, who was a passenger, refused to cooperate after Iniguez's fiancée was pulled over a couple of weeks ago for an illegal U-turn.
Because of Mr. Iniguez's level of intoxication and his inability to lead the investigation alone, it was determined that for his own safety, for the safety of the scene, that he be arrested for going to public.
Wilkins says after Iniguez
Destroyed.
released, he threatened the arresting officer with inclusion on the Brady list. That's a list of officers who have been accused of or found guilty of misconduct. Wilkins says the Brady list can be a career killer. 3 women have been shot at a mall near Chicago.
The 2 suspects involved in the shooting were known to each other and shot at each other, and the other victims were injured by ricochet gunfire.
Oak Brook Village Police Chief Kruger says a woman was shot too, one of the suspected shooters. All of the people's injuries are non-life-threatening. The mall, about 20 miles west of Chicago, was packed with holiday shoppers when the shooting happened last night. The White House says the U.S. will lift travel restrictions to 8 southern African countries on New Year's Eve. The restrictions were imposed last month and were meant to stop the spread of the COVID-19 Omicron variant. Delta and United Airlines say they are canceling more than 200 flights because of COVID. United says an increase in COVID cases has limited crew availability. Delta says it has exhausted all options and resources that includes rerouting and substitutions of aircraft and crews to cover scheduled flying before deciding to cancel 90 flights. The Rose Parade in Pasadena appears to be on course as planned despite rising COVID cases.
We're taking all of our directions from Pasadena Health Department. They are the experts in ensuring that we have a safe and healthy event.
Pasadena Tournament of Roses CEO David East says the department does not see a need to change the current plan for the parade as of now. He says if it does, the organization is ready to be flexible. Let's head now to the 405.
You betcha. Thanks. Good morning to you now. If you are just joining us, freeway volume is very, very light, but we have some bad trouble spots to warn you about. First, I want to thank our pal Tim Lynn for giving me a text on this to warn you also. Talking about the 405, the construction area going through Euclid Beach, the section between the 22 and the 55. But you remarked about the rain covering the reconstruction and the restriking of lanes there. Makes it very difficult to see where you're supposed to be. So just be real careful. But again, the volume is kind of like this. Be careful. Not too good for the northbound Golden State Freeway now coming up on the 110 at Broadway. That's just barely past of the 10 freeway. That lane's blocked for a long time with a solid backup to the 10. Now again, in distance, that's not too bad. Once you get past 110, the Pasadena Arroyo Seco, you'll be okay in Glendale and Burbank, no problem there. And better news to the southbound 710. As long as there was a front, it's all gone. Now just a little fall in the southbound. After that, you're all set. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Paul.
The Lakers closed out their Staples Center era with a dismal 138-110 defeat at the hands of the San Antonio Spurs. Here's LeBron James after.
Well, one thing about the Spurs, they always like to keep it 24 seconds, and if you break down, they make you pay. And they've been one of the hottest teams in the league over the last 10 games. They've been playing exceptional basketball, and they every mistake that we had, every breakdown we had, they made us pay for it.
I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Gettle Air Conditioning is contractor license number 1047781. This is Ken Goodrich of Gettle Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You've already heard the story of how my dad asked me to hold the flashlight for him at night while he worked on air conditioners. Dad knew he was dying, but I didn't. You know the story. Anyway, one of the things Dad would have me do is replace all the screws the previous repair guys left out when they reassembled the unit. My job was to find every missing screw and replace it with a brand new one. I still do that today, and so do all my guys. When motors are whirring and compressors are compressing and electrical contacts are doing their thing, those non-stop vibrations caused by missing screws will cause your system to die long before it's time. That's why we tied your unit down to factory fresh condition on every service call. My guys are perfectionists. No squeaks, rattles, or hums. And don't forget our awesome duct tester. Gettle. Goetl. It'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell. Call us. If you have friends or family members that live on base or need frequent access to federal facilities, getting a real ID should be on your to-do list. Starting May 1st, 2023, you'll need a federally accepted form of identification such as a real ID to access military bases, enter federal buildings, and board domestic flights. And by going online, you can conveniently start the real ID application process in Montana and anywhere you like. Don't miss out on visiting your friends and loved ones in uniform. Start your application online today at CaliforniaRealID.org.
All major U.S. stock markets are closed today for the Christmas holiday. The average price for a gallon of regular gasoline in California is $4.66. Southland weather from KFI. Oh, wet, slippery roads out there. We've had rain to start our day. We'll have rain throughout the day. Another storm system moving in tomorrow. Highs will be around 60-ish for the beaches to downtown LA. Mid-50s to around 60 in the valleys and IE. We will have snow accumulations in the mountains at 6,500 feet. Winter storm warning in effect above 7,500 feet for the San Bernardino and Riverside County mountains. Right now it's 56 in Anaheim, 55 in Laguna Hills, 49 in Calabasas, 55 in Lomita. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Layla Muhammad.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon and miss the K and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
KFI presents Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Cool Space News with Rod Pyle.
And good morning, Bill Handel here. The night before Christmas, all through the house. It's December 24th. It is Friday. And some of the big news we are covering is police officer Kim Potter. Remember her? She shot Dante Wright, thinking it was a taser. At least that's her argument. And the jury, okay, you thought it was a taser you were shooting. But it was so reckless that you pulled out your gun instead of the taser. She was convicted of first-degree and second-degree manslaughter. It is time for a cool space news segment with Rod Pyle of PyleBooks.com, and his podcast is Cool Space News. Also, Rod has asked us and actually begged us, and actually in a simpering voice, asked to... matter of fact, not only was it simpering was a high-pitched voice.
Okay.
That his book, Space Point 2.0, is half price.
Space 2.0.
Yeah. What did I say?
The other. Good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Space 2.0.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Is half price on Kindle through the 1st. And it's a great book, by the way. Space.
$5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Space 2.0. All right. And don't the other writers get $30 for a book? Never mind.
A lot of them.
Yeah, I know. Actually, his books are terrific. I noted that.
Talking royalties.
Yeah, that's all kidding aside. A great book.
Yeah.
And that his website is terrific. The PyleBooks.com, spelled with a Y. P-Y. Okay, we've done the pitch.
Let me temper. Okay, yeah.
Okay, now let's get to the news. It is tomorrow is huge in the world of aerospace. And so, what is going on tomorrow?
So tomorrow, the James Webb Space Telescope finally launches, and I don't mean to whine about, it's taking them so long, because it's a really complicated machine, and there's a lot at stake here. This is our first really large space telescope to go up since the Hubble, which had an 8-foot mirror. This one's 7 times that size, about 21 feet, and it's so large that it has to be put together in segments. So tomorrow the thing launches on a French rocket called the Ariane, Kourou, French Guiana, we hope. And it will take about a month to reach the moon, another 5 months or so to unfold and get everything locked and commissioned and chill down, because it's got to get down to about minus 400 degrees. And it's got to unfold all these big mylar/Kapton shades that shade it from the light of the sun, because it observes the infrared, so it's got to get very cold, and it's got to travel all the way to the far side of the lunar orbit so that it's permanently in the Earth's shadow. A lot of things have to go right. There's a lot riding on single points of failure, and there's about 470 different little things that have to happen before it's working.
Okay, it's an enormous, it's an enormous piece of technology, and what it's going to do, and correct me if I'm wrong, it will actually be able to reach the far reaches of the universe, going back to, I guess, the creation of the universe.
Looking back about 13.5 billion years, it'll see things 200 to 300 million years after the Big Bang. So yeah, you're really looking back in time. And the only reason it can do that is because we've learned a lot from Hubble went up. This telescope is built to observe principally in the infrared. And when you're looking at things in the infrared spectrum, you can look much, much further. It can see through cosmic stuff better, and it can see things that are redshifted because they're moving away from it so quickly. So it's just, everything is right about this one. And if it works as we hope, it should be just spectacular.
A couple of questions. How much did it cost?
Well, yeah, $10 billion, a little over $10 billion.
All right. The original budget was $212, right?
Yeah, about 500 million, but it's a very different. I know, big numbers there, but it's a very different instrument than they were talking about way back when. This has been in development for a couple of decades, so it's evolved a lot.
All right, and it's how much delayed is it from the time they first began to launch?
Years.
Okay.
I think the launch is been delayed about 4 or 5 years, and even this, just the last few weeks, they had problems with. They had a clamp release early. They were having problems confirming the telescope to actually talk to the rocket. But, let's be candid. They're being extra careful here because this is a one-shot deal.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure it works.
Now, it doesn't actually unfold. They're not going to know that it actually works to the point where they planned on it working for how many months down the line?
Everything will be done in about 6 months. The
right.
unfolding, I think, about 3.5.
And another point I want to make here, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, your comment on it, that there's only one of these. If something happens at launch or something doesn't unroll that it should, thank you, we're done, no backups, and it's been a pleasure. Do I have that right?
Yes, and there was only one Hubble, but we were able to reset with the shuttle and fix it when the focus turned out to be off. Now, they have rechecked the focus on this one, as you could imagine they might. This one's going to be way too far away to service with any conceivable mission in the near future, so yeah, it's got to go to itself. One favorite fact they love to put out is it's so sensitive it could detect the heat of a bumblebee at the distance of the moon. I thought that was kind of cool.
That is. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. Boy, whoever in the PR department got that one up should get a raise. Also, the mirror itself. Now, the Hubble was, I think, the biggest mirror, a single piece of glass that was ever built in a world of telescopes. This one is, I guess, different mirrors that are somehow connected with, I guess, technology, electronics.
It's 18 mirror elements that are hinged. So they're all folded up, and once the thing starts commissioning after it's left Earth's orbit, they have to unfold and lock in place to within the diameter of a couple human hairs. So, this is why when you heard Northrop Grumman take so much time in talking about, well, we got to get it right, they really got to get it right.
Yeah.
So, 18 mirror elements, and it's a big sucker, 21 feet across.
Yeah, that is big. All right, let's take a break and come back. And the story of the spacecraft that touched the sun. And how does something like that survive? I mean, I understand the suntan issue is not to be talked about anymore, but good God, going through the corona of the sun, I mean, that's crazy making. Let's check in with Layla Muhammad.
A 14-year-old girl has been hit and killed by a stray bullet while police opened fire on a man yesterday assaulting a woman inside a Burlington store in North Hollywood. An evacuation order has been put into effect in Silverado, Williams, and Majestic Canyons in Orange County. The rain caused a mudslide last night in Silverado Canyon. And NORAD says COVID-19 won't stop Santa Claus. The joint U.S.-Canadian military operation has been tracking Santa on his global mission for 66 years. Its Santa Tracker webpage was visited millions of times even before today's takeoff. We're checking out traffic on the 5 next.
Invert your thinking with a free upgrade to the IQ8 microinverter, the world's only microinverter that provides instant energy backup during a power outage from Semper Solaris, your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor. Here's veteran, founder and owner, Kelly Shawhan.
In the military, when you give your word, it just is your word. You work hard to keep your word. That's what we do every single day. Heard about Semper Solaris and found out that they were veterans. I knew they were going to do the job right.
Add Tesla Powerwall and be ready for blackouts. We get the job done with esprit de corps and honor. Semper Solaris offers new heating and air conditioning systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Get the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. Call 877-211-5591. That's 877-211-5591. Or visit SemperSolaris.com. IQ8 price the same as IQ7. 26% federal tax credit based on eligibility. Consult your tax advisor. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Some restrictions apply. New customers only. Call or see website for details. Expires 12/31/2021. CSW number 978-152. At In-N-Out, our hamburgers are made with the highest quality ingredients. Made fresh and by hand. Made with a smile. And made to order just for you.
It's raining and cold, highs in the 50s to near 60. This report brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. Let's head to the 5.
For us in the 60s. All right, let's just start this traffic report with a little bit of good news. Now, first, speaking of the 5, it's a long freeway, that's for sure, but from Galena Park now, all the way through 605 up to East LA, all is good. Now, it's north of there, where it changed its name to the Golden State Freeway, where there's some trouble. North of at Broadway, that's a little bit past the 10 before the 110. That lane's blocked, that's starting to sort out right now, so maybe a little slow approaching, but a newer problem in a tricky spot. The southbound 5 transition to the south 110 going around Dodger Stadium, a spin out. We've had countless amounts of spin out, so that's what's going on, and we'll go back on to the freeway. Now the other side there, North 101 at Alameda, that's the Union Station, had a left lane block there. It's making that merge real tough. The south 101 coming out of the San Fernando Valley is good, all the way down to the 4 level, but south of the 4 level is in trouble. Going south 101 to the east 10 and crash there. Be careful going through. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into, from comics and motivation to popular podcasts and best-selling audiobooks. Right now, take advantage of a special holiday offer and save 60% on your first 3 months. Learn more and sign up at audible.com.
Hi, I'm Dan McKenna, McKenna BMW in Norwalk and South Bay BMW in Torrance. You haven't heard me on the radio for a while because we haven't had enough cars to sell, but that's all changing. With 2 BMW dealerships serving LA and Orange County, we have a great selection of new BMWs. In fact, if you don't see what you're looking for, it's either on its way or we can special order and deliver it to your door. The days of walking through 1,000 new BMWs are gone, but finding exactly what you want at McKenna BMW or South Bay BMW is here to stay. Visit McKennaCars.com or stop by the dealership nearest you. You're going to thank me.
We have a lot to celebrate this holiday season, but COVID-19 hasn't gone away. So let's make sure to keep our celebrations safer by following these tips. Get vaccinated to protect loved ones, and get a booster to keep your immunity strong. Wear a mask in all public indoor settings, and if possible, keep gatherings small, short, and outdoors if you're uncertain of everyone's vaccination status. Bring on the cheer safely this year. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hey, Jan, Toyota's on. Is it on?
It is. Now's the time to find year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, the all-new Tundra, and more.
Great. You know what this means?
That you can save big on our most popular models?
Totally. But also, it's officially the holidays. Fire up the chestnuts, kids!
I'm not sure I follow.
People are drinking pumpkin spice coffee during summer, radio stations blast holiday playlists in October. Time truly has lost all meaning.
So you base your family's holiday schedule around Toyotathon?
Bingo. Toyotathon comes around like clockwork. How else do we know it's time to celebrate?
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Now, if I can only figure out when to take down the lights.
Toyotathon is on. Stop by a participating dealer today.
Dealer inventory varies. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 3rd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC.
which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I am living in Lemoyne and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
If holiday music turns your joy all the way up to 10, then Sirius XM is your home for the holidays. From traditional and country to pop, soul, and so much more, Sirius XM has exclusive holiday channels dedicated to the music that makes your season bright. Listen in the car on the way to the party, or in the living room as you're wrapping presents. Visit SiriusXM.com/listenholiday for how to start listening.
Hi, we're Hoke. Meet Dr. Daryl Wellstein. He's a thoracic surgeon at the Hoke Family Cancer Institute who loves the outdoors and hiking. He's also a leader in robotic-assisted surgery who trains other surgeons nationwide. Dr. Pearlstein would love to get to know you and is ready to make a positive difference in your family's life. Get to know Hoke. Visit hokehealth.org and find your physician today.
Have a plumbing, water heater issue? Call the Smell Good Plumber, 800-446-MIKE.
This is the accepted talking point that all Democratic officials are going to give in this state.
The organized retail theft incident and not the overall crime.
That is the real issue. The root cause.
John and Ken, weekdays at 2.
You took thousands of bad guys who used to live inside prison cells, and now they're out here.
On KFI.
And welcome back. Bill Handel here. It is a Friday morning, December 24th. And with us again is Rod Pyle, who has cool space news. And we just talked about the next great telescope that's being launched tomorrow, a decade after it was first proposed, and years in delay. And that's the James Webb telescope going up tomorrow. Yeah, another bit of news, Rod, I want you to comment on this, is the spacecraft that touched the sun. Actually going through the corona of the sun. We'll see the surface.
Isn't that interesting? The surface can be as cool as 10,000 degrees. That's called the photosphere. But the corona ranges from 1.7 to about 17, 18 million degrees. So by putting themselves in harm's way like this, and the recent news articles we've been hearing are referring mostly to a past but it may one as late as November. This thing is going right through those areas. It's very fast. It's going 450,000 miles an hour, but it still takes hours to do this circumnavigation of the sun through these really hot regions, trying to figure out